Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An enclosing framework on casters or wheels helps babies learn to walk. United States writer, born in 1944. New Zealand runner who in 1975 became the first person to run a mile in less than 3 minutes and 50 seconds, born in 1952. A light enclosing framework, trade name Zimmer, with rubber casters or wheels and handles, helps invalids or the handicapped or the aged to walk. A person who travels by foot. A shoe designed for comfortable walking. An enclosing framework on casters or wheels helps babies learn to walk. A small vehicle with 4 wheels in which a baby or child is pushed around. An enclosing framework on casters or wheels helps babies learn to walk. Wheeled vehicle that can be pushed by a person. May have 1 or 2 or 4 wheels. United States writer, born in 1944. United States writer, born in 1944. New Zealand runner who in 1975 became the first person to run a mile in less than 3 minutes and 50 seconds, born in 1952. A light enclosing framework, trade name Zimmer, with rubber casters or wheels and handles, helps invalids or the handicapped or the aged to walk. A light enclosing framework, trade name Zimmer, with rubber casters or wheels and handles, helps invalids or the handicapped or the aged to walk. A printed note placed below the text on a printed page. A person who travels by foot. Used only in combinations, the height or length of something in feet. He is a 6-footer. Lacking wit or imagination. A pedestrian movie plot. A person who travels by foot. A system of assumptions and standards that sanction behavior and give it meaning. Formulate in a particular style or language. Make up plans or basic details for. Frame a policy. Construct by fitting or uniting parts together. Baseball, one of 9 divisions of play during which each team has a turn at bat. The hard structure, bones and cartilages, that provides a frame for the body of an animal. Take or catch as if in a snare or trap. The innocent man was framed by the police. Enclose in or as if in a frame. Frame a picture. A framework that supports and protects a picture or a mirror. The frame enhances but is not itself the subject of attention. The internal supporting structure that gives an artifact its shape. Alternative names for the body of a human being. A structure supporting or containing something. An application that divides the user's display into 2 or more windows that can be scrolled independently. A single drawing in a comic strip. A single one of a series of still transparent pictures forming a cinema, television or video film. Enclose in a frame, as of a picture. One of the 10 divisions into which bowling is divided. The framework for a pair of eyeglasses. A hypothetical description of a complex entity or process. A structure supporting or containing something. The underlying structure. Providing a factual framework for future research. A person who changes location. A person who changes location. A restraint provided when the brake linings are moved hydraulically against the brake drum to retard the wheel's rotation. U-shaped plate nailed to underside of horse's hoof. Card games, a case from which playing cards are dealt one at a time. Footwear shaped to fit the foot, below the ankle, with a flexible upper of leather or plastic and a sole and heel of heavier material. Furnish with shoes. The children were well shoed. A person who is not a driver. Walks with regular or stately step. A person who passes by casually or by chance. Type genus of the passerby. Football. A ball carrier who tries to gain ground by throwing a forward pass. A person who passes as a member of a different ethnic or racial group. A student who passes an examination. A person who passes by casually or by chance. A person who passes by casually or by chance. A follower of Aristotle or an adherent of Aristotelianism. Traveling especially on foot. Peripatetic country preachers. Of or relating to Aristotle or his philosophy. A person who walks from place to place. Someone who moves slowly. Someone who works slowly and monotonously for long hours. Someone who walks in a laborious, heavy-footed manner. A person whose speech or writing is not well organized. A person who takes long walks in the country. Someone who walks unsteadily as if about to fall. A dancer of reels. Someone who walks at a leisurely pace. A commercial steamer for hire, one having no regular schedule. A person who engages freely in promiscuous sex. Move about aimlessly or without any destination, often in search of food or employment. A vagrant. A homeless tramp. A long walk usually for exercise or pleasure. A foot traveler. Someone who goes on an extended walk, for pleasure. Walk heavily and firmly, as when weary, or through mud. A heavy footfall. The tramp of military boots. Cross on foot. We had to tramp the creeks. Travel on foot, especially on a walking expedition. We went tramping about the state of Colorado. A foot traveler. Someone who goes on an extended walk, for pleasure. Someone who has a limp and walks with a hobbling gait. A reckless pedestrian who crosses a street illegally. Someone who has a limp and walks with a hobbling gait. Walks with regular or stately step. Fights on foot with small arms. An inhabitant of a border district.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.